In the dawn of the 16th century, the world was being redrawn, not by armies on land, but by fleets on the vast, uncharted oceans. Portugal, a small nation on the edge of Europe, was at the forefront of this monumental shift. Their ambition was singular and immense: to control the lucrative spice trade by forging a sea route to India. The first voyage, led by Vasco da Gama, had been a triumph of navigation and endurance, a crack in the door to the east. The second, a brutal show of force, was meant to intimidate and dominate. But it was the third expedition, launched in 1501, that would truly lay the groundwork for a maritime empire. Unlike the thunderous cannons of its predecessor, this armada, commanded by the experienced João da Nova, sailed with a quieter, more strategic purpose. This wasn't a mission of shock and awe, it was a mission of consolidation and intelligence. Portugal's leaders had realized a fundamental truth: brute force alone was a blunt instrument. To control the Indian Ocean, a region of complex trade winds, ancient cultures, and fierce rivalries, they needed something more powerful than gunpowder. They needed knowledge. The 4 ships under da Nova's command were more than just vessels of war and trade. They were floating laboratories, observatories charting the unknown. Their primary objective was to map the seas, understand the seasonal monsoons that governed all travel, and identify friendly ports and potential threats. Every coastline sketched, every current measured, every star charted in the southern sky was a piece of a grand puzzle. This was the painstaking work of empire building, less glorious than battle, but infinitely more crucial for long-term success. Following the now established route down the coast of Africa and across the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean, da Nova's men honed their skills. They were becoming true masters of the sea, learning to survive the months-long voyages that had decimated earlier crews. They made important discoveries along the way, including the uninhabited island they named Ascension. But their true test awaited them in the bustling cosmopolitan ports of India. Upon reaching the Malabar coast, the Portuguese adopted a different posture. Instead of demanding submission, they observed. They studied the intricate web of commerce that connected India to the Persian Gulf, the Red Sea, and Southeast Asia. They analyzed the political landscape, noting the delicate balance of power between local rulers, the Zomaran of Calicut, the Raja of Cochin, and the ever-present Arab merchants who had dominated this trade for centuries. This reconnaissance revealed both opportunities and dangers. They found potential allies in states like Cochin and Cananor, rivals of the powerful Calicut, but they also confirmed the deep-seated resistance to their presence. The existing trade network was not going to yield without a fight. The voyage wasn't without conflict. In a fierce engagement off the coast of Cananor, da Nova's small fleet faced a much larger force from Calicut. Using superior naval tactics and cannonry, the Portuguese managed to repel the attack. A victory that sent a clear message about their military capabilities. It was a demonstration that even a small, well-armed European fleet could hold its own against larger, more traditional navies. This battle, though small in scale, was a harbinger of the conflicts to come. It proved that Portuguese naval technology could be a decisive factor in the Indian Ocean. One of the most significant, and perhaps unintentional, outcomes of the voyage was the discovery of another island on the return journey. A lush volcanic outcrop they named St. Helena. It was strategically located in the middle of the South Atlantic, a perfect, isolated waypoint. For centuries to come, this small island would serve as a vital pit stop for ships returning from the east, a place to replenish fresh water and food, and for sick sailors to recover, saving countless lives and vessels. When João da Nova returned to Lisbon in 1502, he brought back not just a cargo of spices, but something far more valuable: a detailed blueprint for empire. His maps refined the sea route, his reports detailed the political and economic realities of the Indian coast, and his experience provided a clear-eyed assessment of the challenges ahead. The expedition confirmed that peaceful trade was a fantasy. The local powers and Arab merchants would not simply step aside. Dominance would have to be seized and maintained by force. The Third Armada marked a crucial turning point in Portugal's imperial ambitions. The age of pure exploration, of tentatively dipping a toe in the waters of the East, was over. The information gathered by da Nova and his men armed the Portuguese crown with the strategic intelligence needed to plan a full-scale takeover. They now knew where to build forts, who to ally with, and who to fight. The next fleets to sail for India would not be for reconnaissance, they would be for conquest. The third voyage, quiet and methodical, had set the stage. The Indian Ocean, for so long a crossroads of cultures and commerce, was about to become a European battleground. The age of planning had begun.